Hey guys. Okay, so earlier this year I tried to film a, a must-reads video, which is different from my top 15 because that one was books that I haven't started that I'm just looking forward to reading or series that I felt like I needed to finish. And these are books that I've started that I just put down for some reason or another and feel like I feel such shame in not having picked them back up that they are on my must-reads list for this year. Like, I absolutely must get them done this year. So yeah. But anyway, I tried to film it earlier and my camera just, for some reason, wouldn't accept it. I think the video was too long, which is silly because I've filmed things that were like 20 minutes long before, and this one was only like 12 minutes, and it was like, nope, sorry. So I'm going to try to make this a lot quicker this time, and then hopefully my camera will actually accept it as a legit video and let me post it online. So yes, let's get started, shall we? Okay, first up is Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt. This is actually the one that I started the least amount of time ago, or the most recently. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I started this in August. I was reading this with Andy over to Stella's Revenge, and she had a deadline for this that was, I think, September 1st, and she actually met that, and I did not. And I think the reason is because I was having some emotional stuff going on at that time, and I realized that I cannot read anything sad, or I couldn't read anything sad at that time, and this I knew was going to be sad. So after 60 pages, I put it down and I picked up something a little bit lighter, I think. I can't remember what I read, but anyway. So yeah, I put this down after 60 pages and for some reason have not picked it back up yet, and I just feel really bad. This is the one I feel the most guilty about because I was reading it with someone else and I just completely kind of left Andy in the lurch, which I feel really bad about. And I am going to read it this year, and I am going to get in contact with her again and be like, hey, do you want to talk about this now? I'm really sorry that it took me so long. But yeah, so... And I do think that this is a book that I'm really going to enjoy. It's just a book that I'm going to need tissues for and some time to myself to probably think about it and maybe cry a little. We'll have to see. Next up is This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl and edited by her parents. This is kind of a book that's basically going to be the same situation, but for different reasons. I got 124 pages into this and then picked up something else because I am a serious mood reader, and this is a book that I feel like you have to be in the mood for, because it is a sad book. It is a true story about a girl who died of cancer when she was, I think, just turned 16. Maybe? I think she was 16. And it's really heartbreaking, but her writing in this is wonderful. It's a really colorful book with drawings and like stuff like that, and it's really good, and I need to finish this with a box of tissues, so yep. Next up is The New Moon with the Old by Dodie Smith. This was, again, a mood reading thing. I was thoroughly enjoying this when I was reading it, but then all of a sudden I felt like reading fantasy. And this is definitely not a fantasy read. It's set in the 60s in England, and it's about a governess and her charges. So, yeah, but I was thoroughly enjoying this when I was reading it, and I'm very excited to pick it back up. Especially because I actually remember where I left off in this, so I don't have to start it over again, which is wonderful. Especially because I was about halfway through. Next up, we have Clash of Kings by George R. R. Martin. This was in my top books video, but it was representative of the entire series because I really do want to catch up with the series this year because I don't want to start season 5 of Game of Thrones until I am caught up with the books, which is kind of depressing because I also, part of me wants to wait to read Feast for Crows and Dance with Dragons until there's at least an announcement date for book 6, because then I will have something to read of his while I'm waiting for book 6, but I mean, I have no idea when that's going to be announced, so I need to just go ahead and do it. But anyway, this one I am going to start over because I read it right after I saw season 2, which is how I plan to do it, because watching the season before you read the book is actually a lot easier, because even though it's different, it's so much easier to picture the characters and the events, because these are such big books that watching the season before you read the book that it's based on it just helps you get through the book quicker. But anyway, I was so bored by season 2 that getting through the first 300 pages of this book was like pulling teeth. So I'm hoping that at this point it's been 6 months since I've seen season 2, and I'm hoping that I'm far enough removed from how bored I felt watching it that I can start this over and look at it with a fresh eye and actually enjoy it, and get through it quicker so that I can get to Storm of Swords. And then, sorry, hair in the way. We have Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. I started this about a year ago, when I was working, and work got really busy and I didn't end up having time to read, or when I was at lunch I didn't feel like reading because my brain got so tired during the morning that I was just like, nope, I'm not gonna read. So yeah, I put this down about halfway through, even though I was thoroughly enjoying it, and can I just say, I love how floppy this book is. It's beautiful. Like, you can bend it any way you like, and nothing happens to it. So that's just wonderful. It's stupid, sorry. But anyway, so yeah, I was thoroughly enjoying this, and I do remember what happens, but I don't remember what was happening when I stopped. So I am going to start this over again, and hopefully I'll enjoy it just as much, because I was loving it the first time. So I think I will love it just as much the second time, and actually finishing it. Okay, next is Miss Marple's Complete Short Story Collection. I think I have about half of the stories left in this. I was supposed to finish this last year, but then my grandmother borrowed it, and I was happy to lend it to her, even though I was part of the way through. That was kind of, I don't know, that was bad planning. But anyway, she ended up reading 1 or 2 stories and then just wasn't going back to it. I think she likes Christie, but I just think short stories aren't her thing, really. She likes novels much better. But anyway, so I got it back from her because she was like, I'm not going to continue with that. And I think reading maybe like 1 of these a month, I should get finished with this by the end of the year. So, yeah. And then we have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This I am starting over again, like I'm gonna do with Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie and Clash of Kings, because I got 150 pages into this about a year and a few months ago, and I was enjoying it, but again, something else caught my eye, or work got too busy, or so many different excuses, I just put it down. And the thing is that the first 100 pages of this are the hardest to get through because they're really depressing and they're all about Jane's childhood, and it goes really slowly and it's just sad. But I do feel like I want to start it over because I want to refamiliarize myself with the details. Like, I know in general what happens, but I want to remember the details correctly. So I'm going to start this over in February. I have the audiobook, so hopefully that'll help me get through the first 100 pages a little bit quicker. and I'm just so excited about this, especially after the disaster that was reading Wuthering Heights, because that book, oh my gosh. But I love every film adaptation I've seen of this, so I can't imagine not loving the book. So yeah, very excited about that one. And then, lastly, this is the iffy one. This is Beastly by Alex Flynn. I have read Beastly, but I haven't read the second part of this, which is called Lindy's Diary, and it is the Beastly story from Lindy's point of view. She writes diary entries, and it is much shorter than Beastly. It's only about 120 pages, and I mean, some of the diary entries are like that, so they're very quick. But the thing is that I no longer really have any interest in going back to this story, but I don't know, I do want to finish it, so hopefully I will change my mind by the time I pick this up, and hopefully I will enjoy it. So yeah, those are the ones that I'm kind of part of the way through and just really need to finish. And I have some series and stuff that I also would really like to finish, but I'm pretty sure I talked about all those in my top books of 2015 video. So let me know what you guys think of any of these. Let me know if you guys have read any of these and what you thought, without spoilers if you don't mind. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any top books of 2015 video or must-read videos, please let me know down in the comments, because I would love to see them. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.